Hello, welcome to Wallfry's Guide to building a fruit bowl using a wine barrel. Kylie's letting me have a go to share one of my projects with you, so I hope it goes alright. As you can see, this is our wine barrel. It had fallen apart and been left in the garden for a while, so if you have a new barrel you might be able to skip some of these steps because our wood wasn't in great nick when we got to it. The first thing you have to do is drill holes for your dowels to join the slats together. Our wine barrel was 1 metre tall or just over 3 foot, so I used 3 dowels along the length of it. There's heaps of tutorials out there on how to line up dowel joints properly, but we did it the easy way. You just put a spike in each hole that you've drilled, hit it with a hammer, and leaves a mark showing you where to drill the next. Once all the dowels were in, put it together just to check it all lined up properly. But next time I probably wouldn't do this again, because it was hard to pull apart, and it lined up better once I started using the glue. So now it's time for gluing it. Starting with one side, you cover it up with a good quality woodworking glue, making sure to fill the dowel hole, and then you just have to line each plank up and put it together one after the other, putting as much pressure on each plank as you go. Once it's done, you clamp it together tightly. As you can see, I use way too much glue and I've got it everywhere, but probably better to have too much and not have it fall apart later on. Don't worry too much about the little holes you might find near the cracks, you can fill them again later on. Once the glue is dry, start sanding. I used a mix of a belt sander, an orbital sander and sanding pads on the drill. It needed to be cut back a lot, but the timber underneath was in great condition. As you go, keep some of the sanding dust and then you can mix it in with some of the glue that you've got and paint it into any of the cracks. Sand this back and you'll have a nice even finish over the whole surface. Because I needed to sand it back so much, I lost the original wine-soaked colour of the wood, so to fix this I just painted on some cheap wine to get the colouring back. Probably made it a little bit too dark, so then I had to sand it back again, but in the end it got the colour we wanted. To make the base, I glued 2 planks together using the same method. Work out how to cut it for the best balance. I just placed the beams over a container to trace the cut lines on each side. And this meant that it's pretty stable, which is obviously important when you've got a curved piece of wood and you don't want your bowl to tip over once you've made it. To attach the base, sanded a flat patch underneath the bottom of the main bowl part to give it a good join, and then use the dowels again and way too much glue again, but once again it's a nice solid finish. After a quick coat of varnish, this is the end result. It's a great looking fruit bowl, perfect for using for stop motions, slow arty camera movements, and of course for keeping the fruit ready for the kids. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Head over to our blog at wallfry.com/blog for other tips and tricks. That's it from me.